Certainly, and Dallas, as we all know, is no stranger to shootings like this. And as California reels from the most recent shooting, as we found out this morning, Fort Worth is getting ready for the next. Just hours after the chaos in California, where a gunman decided to slaughter innocent people.
What's going on? What's going on?
Opening fire at an outdoor festival, killing 3 people, including a 6-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl.
It's just so hard when it hits home like this. It's very difficult to really come to grips with it.
Fort Worth was coming to grips with it. A pre-planned practice session. The pretend gunman entering Trimble Technical High School is an actor. The blood and the bullets are fake. But the scenario all too repetitive and all too real.
We've tried to make this scenario as realistic as possible.
Realistic down to how many ambulances they would need and how police can respond the quickest to neutralize a threat.
You know, as far as training, the saying goes, the body won't go where the mind has not been, so it's important for us to practice that.
Practice, unfortunately, common in Dallas. From the July 7th shooting 3 years ago that killed 5 Dallas officers. From just last month when a gunman opened fire outside the downtown Federal Building. Highly trained first responders shot him dead. So tonight on Facebook, we've been asking our audience if you've changed the way you act, the way you protect yourself in public because of all of this. Santiago Cobo said, "I don't go to places where my peace and knife are not allowed." Chris McMillan says, "I carry a concealed weapon and keep my family close. I scan for exits and cover." Teresa Gant wrote, "I pray for my family's safety every day. Maybe someday someone may hurt me, but I won't let anyone scare me to the point of changing my life. I trust God in all things." And Douglas Scott said, "What can you do? Crazy people intent on causing harm will find a way, whether plowing into a crowd with a truck, blowing up a building with manure, shooting, crashing an airplane, licking ice cream. They will find a way." And if you would like to be a part of that conversation, it continues tonight on our WFAA Facebook page. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.
You know, I was talking with